And then you can shut the door. Hello, take two, party people, take two. Can you hear me? Drop into the comments as you're coming in today. This is take two. Seeing if y'all can hear me. Drop into the comments if you can hear me. As you're doing that, I'm looking down because I'm going to pull up my video. Oh, looks like the sound works from my end. That makes me happy. Yay! Success! Little things in life. When the tech works, I celebrate. Celebrating. Hey, drop one thing into the comments. Some little thing that when it happens, it's like a huge success for you. For me, it's getting the audio to work. I don't know why this is happening. It's never happened to me before. It happened once before. All I can think of to do is to update the computer again. So anyways, yay, Amy, yay, Jack. Let's get going. Let's get going with today's class. All right, let's jump in. Heather, if you could be so kind, my friend, as to tag everybody on the comments here so they can see where we are, which video is the right video. And Heather, I'll tag you too, Heather, just in case. So you see me, you see that I'm live. Here we are. Actually, I'll tag everyone too. Everyone, Heather, I'm gonna tag everybody if I can. At everyone. I mean, oh, there we go, yeah. Join us for, oh, you got it, at everyone. Did that work for you, Heather? Join us for Facebook Live. It looks like your at everyone didn't go through, Heather. So I'm going to try mine. Thanks, guys, for your patience with the tech. Fun with tech. Okay. Heather, I just tried tagging too because it didn't look like the tag went through. But anywho, let's get going. Yay! It worked. So as you guys are coming in, let's have a little fun. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, or even if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but you're aware of some of the Thanksgiving treats and eats, drop into the comments as you're coming in. What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish? What's the one dish you look forward to eating? Drop that into the comments as we're coming in. Have a little fun before we get started here. I'm going to make sure I can also see y'all on my mobile device. Sometimes on my mobile device, I'm able to see your comments easier. So I'm going to pull that up. Let's see here. Here we go. Yay. Carrie Ann Russo, thank you for joining us. Hey, Linda Granger, thank you for joining us. All right, let's get going. My name is Betty Kempa, business coach for coaches, member of the Forbes Coaches Council, if you're familiar with Forbes, which I do recommend, and I do teach my clients how to get into Forbes as well. What else can I tell you about me? IPEC graduate. Any IPECians in the house? Drop into the link, drop into the comments if you're from IPEC. I'm always just curious if we have any IPECians with us. What else can I tell you? Ranked one of the top coaches in Denver and then again in Tampa when I moved to the St. Pete area by Influence Digest. I'm the founder of the Corporate to Six-Figure Coach Academy, and I am now also the founder of the new Coaching Business Launchpad. Very excited about that. First time in 7 years, we've had a new offer to give you guys. So founder of the new Coaching Business Launchpad. And what do? We help corporate renegades ditch the 9-to-5 and replace their six-figure corporate income and repackage their genius into a dream coaching business. So really important stuff, especially I've been seeing, I don't know about y'all, but I've been seeing some trends in the market. I used to be a career coach. That's how I started out. That's how I hit my first six figures. I was a career coach. And I've been seeing some trends in the market right now. Lots of layoffs going on. It's kind of that time, but seems to be even more than usual. So just a reminder to everybody, whether you've been laid off or not, Having a business that you're working on the side that is your passion is a very smart thing to do, even while you're still at your job. Because heaven forbid something does happen, if on the other hand you have this business running, this train running, right, that means that you have some protection. So again, if you're in a corporate job now's the best time to be working on your coaching business, let me tell you. Jack says, for Thanksgiving, chocolate anything. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely with you there, Jack. They gotta lock the chocolate up for me. What else? Yeah, Amy says, I think Facebook has fixed things again. Yeah, they're fixing all right. Yep. All right, just checking the comments here. Okay, good stuff. Let's get into it. Quick reminder, but a very important reminder to share as we are prepping for the new year, right? The new year is upon us, coming to the end of November. We've got 1 month left. New Year's upon us. And I wouldn't be doing y'all justice if I didn't give you this reminder, okay? Whatever you do, coaches, do not wait until January 1st to do this. And what's this? Okay, let's talk about what this is. Here's the deal. If you're in your brain thinking to yourself, man, 2025, I want to come in strong with my coaching business. Let me tell you something. Those seeds need to be planted now. Okay. The work that we do now, what you're doing in your coaching business this month, what you're doing in your coaching business for the rest of 2024 is going to directly reflect the results you'll see come January. Okay. So while all the other coaches are coming back from the holidays and they're just starting to think about their new year coaching business goals, what I want for you all, if you're here live, if you're watching the replay, by the way, give me a hashtag live if you're here live. Give me a hashtag replay if you're here for the replay. What I want for all of you, okay, is that you are coming in strong January 1st, okay? That's what I want for you guys. But for that to happen, those seeds need to be planted now, okay? And what are those seeds that I'm talking about, okay? This new program we created, the Coaching Business Launchpad, okay? The types of seeds I'm talking about, what we do in the Launchpad, okay? This is different than the Academy, all right? This is a bite-sized version of the Academy to get you ready to launch, okay? These are the seeds I'm talking about planting. In the Coaching Business Launchpad, we help our clients dial in their niche and nail their messaging. Why? So you can immediately start to attract the perfect clients. That's the first thing to do, to immediately start to attract those perfect clients, right? The second seed we're going to plant is creating a coaching package that those perfect clients that you've now attracted cannot refuse, okay? Plus, in the Coaching Business Launchpad program, which I will be coaching live for, this isn't some digital course, I'm coaching you live. When you join, we're going to plug you into our proven cash injection system that will help you attract clients right away by following a very simple formula. And no, you do not need a website for this to work. Yes, you'll get a website eventually, but you need to start attracting clients now. You need to do that pre-launch, okay? One last thing to know, Black Friday, right? We've never done this before, which is why I'm like, this is kind of cool. This is exciting. We're doing a Black Friday bonus bundle for the first time ever. In 7-8 years, we've never done a Black Friday bonus bundle. So this is for the Coaching Business Launchpad. It's good until Saturday, November 30th. It includes up to $2,500 off, which we've never included that much off. It includes a bonus mindset training to overcome the fear of selling so you can make the switch from corporate to coach. And one of the coolest bonuses is a complimentary ticket to our in-person event in St. Petersburg, Florida, not out in Russia, for networking, for training, and for hot seat coaching from moi, so you can really crush your sales goals for the year. All right, so that's my reminder with that. And I wanted to just make sure I reminded you that before we get going today. Very important, and I'm going to drop this into the chat. If you want to learn about what is this coaching business launchpad, if you just as simple as you want the information on the launchpad, you need to, I'm going to drop this into the chat. Let's see if I can tag Heather. I can. Dropped it into the chat. How do you learn more about the coaching business launchpad? Send Heather Copey, who you know, she's the expert in this coaching group. She's the guidance coach. She's the one who knows all. I tagged her in the comments, okay? So, and Heather, raise your little virtual hand in the comments. You need to send Heather Copey a private message and just send her a one word, just say launchpad. Send her a private message with the word launchpad so that you can have a conversation and see if the coaching launchpad is the right fit for you. Heather has a link, an informational link of everything that's involved, and she is there to answer all your questions and kind of talk you through it and identify, right, if this makes sense for you. Because we created this very intentionally for coaches, you know, that are at this place in their coaching business journey. So again, what I always say is when it comes to making choices, don't be in the gray area. I don't know what to do next. I don't know. Do the research, have the conversation, DM Heather, who you see in the chat, launchpad, so you guys can at least have a conversation. She can share the link with you, the informational page link. You can review it and then ask her questions. At least then you know, yes, it's a fit, or no, it's not a fit, but you're out of the gray area, okay? Again, the bonuses are only good until Saturday. So anyways, very important announcement. Here we go. Let's get into today's topic. How to set rocket fuel to your client acquisition system, right? So we all know, right, to run a business, we got to get clients. So the idea here is, right, there is a way that even if you're like, oh, I have a kind of vague idea of how to get clients, I kind of, you know, I know some of the things. We're going to talk about how to set rocket fuel to that client acquisition system so that it's more effective and so that you're expediting the process. That's the training for today. So today's agenda: 1, you're going to learn the 3 secrets that will help you take client attraction strategies and expedite the client attraction process. So we're going to make it faster. 2, we're going to talk about how these 3 secrets will elevate the type of clients you're attracting. And that's important. When I say elevate, right, I'm talking about when you envision this perfect client, the ideal client that is totally qualified for your program, we're going to talk about what you need to do to attract that type of client to you. We're going to talk today about, third, we're going to talk about the number 1 way to get confidence. When I say confidence, I'm talking about confidence when it comes to talking about and selling your coaching services, right? If you don't believe in your coaching services, you can't expect anybody else to. So we're going to talk about that. The number 1 way to do that. And last but not least, a new way to get all of this done, right? That is kind of wrapped up all in a bow. So that's the agenda for today. As always, I'm going live. I'm here live so I can answer your questions live. If I'm looking down, it's because my phone shows different comments than my computer. Makes no sense. Hey, Jade Lynn, thanks for joining us today. All right, let's hop in. So take out your notes, lean in. So the 3 secrets, We're going to start with the 3 secrets that is going to help take your client attraction strategies and expedite the client attraction process. Let's talk about how to make it happen faster, okay? Secret number 1, and I'm preaching to the choir here, is your mindset. Is your mindset, right? I always say, for those of you who are used to me, you can have the best coaching package in the world, right? And I can give you the best blueprint in the world when it comes to creating your coaching business. But if you are struggling within your own mindset to sell it, right, it ain't gonna work. So secret number 1 to expediting the client attraction process, you gotta believe in yourself, your coaching, your package, and you've got to exude that confidence, because if you don't have it, they won't have it, okay? So I'm talking about confidence when you're talking about it to people, confidence when you're talking about your coaching skills, confidence when you're talking about your coaching package, which, by the way, I've noticed in my programs, that's a big one. When I'm going through with people, whether it's the coaching launchpad, which is kind of the kickoff version, the bite-sized version, or if I'm talking about people in the academy, either way, I'm just telling you guys, when I notice that the confidence really kicks in for people, and it's such a cool moment for me, is when they see for the first time their coaching package come together, okay? And I'm not talking about like, oh yeah, I have 10 sessions in a package. I'm talking about all the things that go into a package that if you were to look at it and say, that's my package, that's valuable, right? That's when the confidence really starts to rise, because you're like looking at it on paper and you're like, dang, that's good. I did that. I have this to offer, right? So that's going to be a part of it. Confidence when talking to people about your coaching package. Confidence when talking to people about your pricing. If you're scared of your pricing, ooh, I don't know if they can afford it, ooh, right? We got a problem. We got a problem. So you need to learn, right, how to lock into the right mindset to truly and authentically believe in what you're selling, to get out of other people's pocketbooks, that's none of your business, and to believe in what you're selling, okay? And part of that comes from creating a high value coaching package. So it's like, yeah, maybe it's an investment, but look at the value, right? So confidence when talking about it, your coaching to people, talking about your skills, talking about your package, talking about your pricing, and of course, money mindset, right? Money mindset. Coaches know that anytime you do anything, you guys know this, that it comes from the inside first. I don't care what niche you're in, relationship coach, health coach, career coach, it always comes from the inside first, okay? Can I get an amen or an emoji to that? You guys with me? I can't think of a niche where mindset and the inside doesn't come first. Throw me an emoji if you're with me here. I literally can't think of a niche when that's not the case. And coaches need coaches, right? And I'll say that from experience too. It's very hard, even though we know how to coach our clients, right? On mindset, we know how to do that, but it's very hard to look in the mirror and coach yourself. Yeah, Amy, exactly. It's hard to look in the mirror and coach yourself into the right headspace. Coaches need coaches, okay? If you want to expedite the client attraction system, you have got to get over and conquer your inner saboteur, any limiting beliefs you're hanging on to, or those client attraction blueprints will not work, okay? Now, this is another important thing. This process, when I'm talking about mindset, the types of mindset that you have to do in order to make sales, very important, please write this down. This is not a one and done, okay? And my analogy My husband for 20 years was a strength and conditioning specialist, right? It's like going to the gym. If you're a client, you work with a trainer, like I think about my husband, and you say, yeah, I want to get in shape, I want muscle tone, whatever. You can't just go once and expect to be ripped. The same goes with mindset. So what I'm trying to impress upon you guys is we are doing all this coaching of mindset for our clients. You guys need a coach to do that for yourself the same way I have a coach to do that for me. Okay? Coaches need coaches, especially when it comes to the mindset piece. All right? So that's secret number one. And let's just be honest with ourselves, right? Sometimes there's a little fear. And that's okay. But we need to acknowledge that and be coached on that. That's part of that's one of the secrets. As coaches, we're like, well, yeah, I already know that. But are you being coached on that? Okay, so mindset. Questions on that, drop them into the chat. Questions on that, drop them into the chat. Hey, Amy Force, what's going on, lady? Moving on, secret number 2, to expedite your client attraction system, to set rocket fuel. Secret number 2 is gonna be the niche. For those of you who know me, right, I'm the niche queen. And again, what is it about a niche that is going to expedite your client attraction system? What is it about a niche, right? Well, with a niche, it's easier to get referrals. It's so much easier. I remember I was in some networking group when I first started as a career coach, and my niche was so specific. I help who with what, so that I didn't just say I'm a career coach for anybody. I was so specific with who I helped and what I helped them with and the urgent problem I worked on with them and the outcome I helped them to get, that it was easy for people I networked with to send me referrals. And I even had them tell me that, like, Betty, you're one of the easiest one to give referrals to because you're so specific with who you work with. So I'm telling you, it's going to up your referral rate. Why else is the niche going to help you attract clients? It's easier to talk about it. When you're hey, Thanksgiving's coming up for those of you who celebrate, right? You're sitting around the table, maybe talking to the family or whatever. Oh, what do you do? What are you working on? Right? Oh, I'm a life coach. They're like, I don't get it. It's so much easier to just talk about it. Well, I help this kind of people with this kind of thing so that they achieve this kind of outcome, right? It's so much easier. It feels good to say. And again, that leads to referrals. Every time you go into a room, that should be just coming right out of your mouth. Now, by the way, it takes work to create this niche statement, okay? It takes work. It takes market validation. It takes some research, right? But this is something you've got to get on top of. Why else is a niche? And what, y'all put into the chat. I'd love to hear from you guys. Why else do you think a niche is going to make it easier for you to attract clients? Drop it into the comments. Let's see who gets the first comment in. And I don't have like a list of like, oh, these are the only right things. I just want to make this a dialogue. When it comes to a niche and being very clear and specific with who you work with and what you help them do, give me some comments. Who's the first to comment to share? Why would that help you attract clients? Drop it into the chat. Let's make this a dialogue. Why would that help you attract clients? What's up, Amy? Amy Krantz. Amy says, it's funny, I've niched way down and then back up a little bit, and now I've slidden sideways. I love you, Amy. I know Amy very well, y'all. Amy says, I know my ideal client now. Yes, I coach international school leaders with combined perspective, not the right word, so that they can support their teachers and leaders to change the world. And Amy says, it helps me to speak with the right people. Yes, exactly. A niche will help you to speak to the right people. Otherwise, it's like going like this on LinkedIn and just, who am I going to pick to reach out to, right? So Amy is now hyper-focused and able to speak to the right people. More people will want to work with you. This is just human psychology. When you're an expert in your space, and when I talk about a niche, I don't want you to just, oh yeah, I'm a health coach, I got my niche. I'm talking about your messaging, right? Who is your target market? Who's your target demographic? What's the urgent problem you help them solve? What's the number one outcome you help them with? If that is not dialed in, right, people are not going to be as encouraged to want to work with you. It's human psychology, right? People are looking, and this is what I want for y'all. I don't want you all to have a niche. I want you all to be the expert authority in your market. So that starts with the niche and it ends with the messaging. So that when people think about, for Amy, for example, people are like, yeah, international school leaders, blah, blah, blah. We're looking for this kind of a thing. Who do you think they're going to hire? A leadership coach or somebody like Amy that's super specific, right? People are always you're going to attract an elevated client when you have a more specific niche, okay? Human psychology. And that's my goal for you, is to be the expert authority in the marketplace. Just checking the comments. Okay. Questions, drop them on in. Questions, drop them on in. All right. So when it comes to the secret of the niche, couple things real quick that are going to go into this. So you do have to be aware. You can't just come from like your brain and you're scrabbling for 30 minutes and you're like, I got it. Okay. There's a couple things we need to work on to get the right niche. Amy says, loving the notion of an elevated client. Yeah, exactly. And y'all deserve to work with an elevated client. The kind of person that you're like, oh, I wish I had 10 more of you. That's what having the right niche will help you attract. So when it comes to finding the right niche and the right messaging, the copy you use on your marketing to attract these people, okay? And by the way, that's my thing. I've been in copy in corporate America for over a decade, right? That's what I do. That's how important I know this stuff is. So what do we want to do when it comes to the niche? One, we got to make sure that you're choosing the right niche for you, okay? I want you to choose a niche you're passionate about. Something that allows you to hit financial targets, to replace your corporate or your full-time income, but it's the sweet spot. Financially, it's going to replace your corporate income, but you're passionate about it, okay? If you don't have that sweet spot, we need to talk because you need some coaching on that, okay? So we got to choose the right niche for you. Market validation, right? We can't just pick your niche out of your head, okay? Oh, done, we're done. You got to do some research, okay? You have to know how to do the right research online with the right people in the right places, and you need to know how to ask the right questions to confirm you are focusing your coaching in a validated market. So the bottom line is, the worst thing you could do, risky, is to pick a niche out of your head and the copy out of your head, but to not validate it with your market. Meaning, it's got to be something people are willing to pay for, and not just willing to pay for, it's got to be an urgent problem that's keeping them awake at night. So we need to do some market validation. Some of that will include talking to versions of your ideal client avatar, this elevated client in your mind that you're like, that would be the perfect person for me to work with, right? You have to go to them with a list of questions and survey them, have live conversations with that person to identify that you are focused on the right problem and you're using the right words. And the right words are going to be their words, the way they explain it, okay? You got to know how to find your ICAs. You have to know what to ask them. And by doing these ICA surveys, ideal client avatar surveys, this is all part of choosing a niche, right? You're going to identify, when you maybe talk to like 5 people, you're going to start to see a golden thread that everybody is saying something similar. You have to know how to identify trends in the market, okay? That may seem like a lot, but this is what we teach in the Launchpad, right? So, and we're teaching this because it pains me to see people that are working on their business, but they haven't done any of this work to validate their niche, etc. So they're out there promoting something that nobody wants to buy because they didn't do the work, okay? Competition research, that's a part of it as well, right? We use something in the Coaching Business Launchpad called a competition matrix, where we look at some of your top competitors. And what is so cool about that, it's like, why do I have to look at my competitors, Betty? Well, you don't all the time, but in the beginning, we want to see your competitors because we need to identify where is the gap in the market. What does that mean? It means, what are all your clients asking for, but none of your competitors are offering? I guarantee you, every one of you has a niche that has a gap in the market, but you got to do the work to identify that. Once you identify what's the gap in the market and you say, I'm going to offer that thing, you now have a unique value proposition. This is the kind of stuff that people can't say no to because you've now cornered the market. This is positioning, okay? So, bottom line, choosing a niche, right? There are steps we need to take to get to the point where you've chosen a niche that you not only love, but that is willing to pay for your services. Okay, we got to do both. If you have a question, drop it into the chat. Questions, drop it into the chat. Secret number 3. What's the third secret to setting rocket fuel to your client acquisition? What's the third secret? I kind of hinted at this before. Is creating a killer coaching package. And again, this doesn't mean when people say, yeah, Betty, I got a package. It's 10 sessions with me. I got my package. That's not a very appealing coaching package, especially when we're dealing with sometimes civilians I call non-coaches, that don't understand what coaching is, okay? So your coaching package has to be in their language, okay? You need to learn how to create a signature method, 3 to 5 steps to get your clients from pain to dream. And that becomes your thing. That's part of your unique value proposition. You have to identify what deliverables are a part of my package. What are the tools that my clients need as they're climbing to the top of the mountain, the goal that they're trying to achieve, right? You have to identify the right pricing for that package. And that pricing is going to be based on the value of that package, okay? You need to be able to show your clients or your prospects or your future clients the value of working with you. You cannot just slap a price ticket on a package and call it a day, okay? It's got to be aligned with the value, okay? This is going to end up being part of your sales funnel, right? We then, once we have your package, we set up sales funnels. This doesn't include Facebook ads. This doesn't include ClickFunnels. These are organic sales funnels. We set those up and funnel people into that big package with you, okay? There's pieces of the package. And I hope what you guys are gaining out of today is understanding that when it comes, there's foundational things that you have to implement the right way in order to expedite your sales, right? In order to find the right client, or as Amy mentioned, the elevated client. And once you found them, you better have an offer that's going to blow them away, okay? Very important. So how will these 3 secrets elevate the types of clients you're attracting, right? As I said, people want to work with a specialist, right? If you have a heart problem, sure, you might go to the generalist, but really it's for them to give you a referral to the heart doctor. And the heart doctor is going to be more expensive because they're not a generalist, they're a specialist. Human psychology. And it's for me too. I'll tell you, when I'm online, if I'm looking at different coaching things or whatever stuff I may need, if they are speaking to a specific problem I'm dealing with, I'm in. If they're generic, I'm like, right? So how these 3 secrets will elevate the type of clients you're attracting? Human psychology. People want to work with a specialist. People don't wake up. I wish they did. They don't wake up unless they're a coach, but civilians don't wake up and think to themselves, today's the day I'm going to hire a life coach, right? Civilians wake up and they think, I got a specific problem I need help solving. That's how it works, okay? So you need to identify that urgent problem that's keeping them up at night that they'd pay anything to solve. And if you don't know what that is, reach out to Heather Copey, reach out to me. We got to talk. Okay, very important. How will these 3 secrets elevate the types of clients you're attracting? Right, we're dialing in your niche, we're nailing your messaging, you're understanding their problem, and you're increasing the value of your coaching package. Okay, write this part down, so lean in here. What's the number 1 way to get confidence behind talking about and selling your coaching service? What is the number 1 way to get confidence behind talking about and selling your coaching service? Anyone want to take a guess? Drop into the chat. What is, and by the way, it's not like I have like, oh, this is the right answer, this is the wrong answer. I put it in the chat. Anyone for extra credit? What's the number 1 way to get confidence behind talking about and selling your coaching services? If you're live, drop it in. If you're watching the replay, drop it in. Hey, Diane, thanks for joining us. Take a guess. What's the number 1 way to get confident behind talking about and selling your coaching services? Anybody want to take a guess? Most of this I've already mentioned. I'm kind of looking back and forth between my phone and my computer here. Okay, Shaban, hey Shaban, missed you, my friend. Practice for sure. You got to get out and do the thing. So practice for sure. And this is why I say, right, and this is part of the Coaching Business Launchpad, is we have a client attraction system that's meant to get you clients right away, before your website's even up. Before you've officially launched. You have to get the clients in now, right? Yes, it's nice to have the money, but you got to be practicing to get that confidence. Absolutely. So in order to practice, we have to attract those clients now. In order to attract those clients now, I want you to write this down, the formula. The formula to be able to get that practice to attract clients now. Who will pay you? It's not your mother, your sister, your cousin, your friend. The formula is this: niche plus high value coaching package plus mindset equals confidence behind talking about and selling your coaching services. I'm going to put that into the chat. So yes, for sure, practice. How do we get the practice? We need to start attracting and working with clients now. And yes, you should be getting paid. So write down that formula. Niche plus high value coaching package plus mindset. You have those 3 things locked in to the moon. Okay. Last but not least, and then we're going to wrap it up for today, a new way to get all this done. So we've been talking about these 3 secrets. We've been talking about what it takes to expedite your client attraction system, right? A new way to get this all done. The Coaching Business Launchpad, right? If for those of you who are here in the beginning, this is the new program we created. It is a bite-sized version of the Academy. The Academy is, a year long. There's more elements, etc. This is a bite-sized, it's kind of like a springboard. It's a springboard. And we do have some clients that will start in the Launchpad and then springboard into the Academy later. And they'll get a prorated amount. So what they pay for the Launchpad, they can end up paying that in for the Academy, or not. Or you can just, join the Launchpad. So the Launchpad, it's the #1 runway for corporate renegades to take the first steps to repackage their genius into a 6-figure coaching business, right? Everything I talked about today, rewatch the video. Everything I talked about today, we cover in the Coaching Business Launchpad. It is designed to expedite your path to get ready to launch by removing the overwhelm and the guesswork. Anybody here ever sit down at your desk like, I'm gonna get stuff done today, and then it's like, oh my gosh, where do I start? Right? That's why we work with a coach. That's my job, is to help you prioritize and remove the overwhelm. Okay, so the Launchpad, we're helping you guys dial in your niche, nail your messaging so you can immediately start attracting your perfect clients. We help you create a coaching package that those perfect clients cannot refuse. Don't take all this work to get people attracted and then they look at your package and they're like, I'm out, right? So you need to have both. And plus, when you join, we plug you into our proven cash injection attraction system to help you attract clients right away. Just like Siobhan and Amy said, practice. You need to be working with clients now. And yes, they should be paying you for your time. Okay, so you can attract clients now without a website, without official launch. The Launchpad is not a digital course. I don't do those. I believe in coaching. It's live coaching with me, right? I'm looking at your stuff individually. I'm customizing the experience for you. And I have a training vault on the topics we talk about. So it's all of these things. I'm telling you this now because our Black Friday bonus bundle, which we've never done one before. So I think I'm kind of excited about it, kind of cool. It is only good until Saturday. This Saturday. So we actually gave you guys an extra day. Black Friday, we figured some people might be traveling. So we're giving you till Saturday, November 30th, keeping the doors open to the Launchpad for the Black Friday bonus bundle. Up to $2,500 off. Okay, it's a very reasonable rate, the Launchpad. Bonus mindset training to overcome the fear of selling and the fear of making the switch from corporate to coach, and a complimentary ticket to an in-person event in St. Petersburg, where, of course, I'll be there. You'll be networking with all of your peers, trading referrals. I'll be doing some training, and I'll be hot seat coaching each person there so you can crush your sales goals. All right. How do you get information? We have a full page with information on the Coaching Business Launchpad. To get it, you have to send Heather Copey a private message with the word Launchpad. So just DM Heather, send her a private message with the word Launchpad, so you can have a conversation and see, is the Launchpad the right fit for you? Let's see if I can drop that into the chat before we hop off. So what will happen, you'll DM Heather the word Launchpad, and then from there, right, Heather can kind of identify where are you at in your journey? Does the Launchpad make sense for you? She can share with you the informational page so you can look at what's included. And we're very honest here. If you're not a fit for Launchpad, we're going to tell you, right? But we specifically created this because we had so many people asking for this type of a coaching package. All right. My main thing that I'm always telling you guys, whether it's my program or someone else's or whatever, don't be in the gray zone. For those of you that read, what is it, Rich Litvin, what is it, the Purpose-Driven Coach, I'm forgetting the name, but the Rich Litvin book, he talks about getting out of the gray zone, and I agree with that. There's nothing worse than being in the gray zone. I don't know what to do next. I don't know how I'm going to accomplish this for the new year. I don't know. The best you can do is do the research. So you can be like, yes, I'm in, or nope, not for me. The best thing you can do for yourself is do the research. So chat with Heather, get the link from her, have the conversation so you can walk away with more information and make the right decision. Because again, the work we do today is the work that will show up in the next 90 days. You want to see your goals being met in January? You have to be working on those things today, right? All right, y'all. I hope this was helpful to you. There's Heather in the chat waving her little virtual hand. Diana Parnes, thank you for joining. Amy Forrest, Jade Lynn, Amy Krantz, Carrie Ann Russo, Linda Granger, Jack Wendell, and more people that I can't see on my mobile device. Thank you for joining today. Those of you watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. If you have any questions, like I said, DM Heather Copey, and have a wonderful week. This is going to be a wonderful, wonderful week. All right, y'all. Hope to see some of you on the inside. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.